What's up, guys? Welcome and thank you for being here with us on PS Best Friends. This is episode 31 for the week of December 12th, 2017. As always, we are the PlayStation podcast by the community for the community. We come to you each and every Tuesday to give you the rundown on all the latest PlayStation news you could possibly need. This week we got some news from the Game Awards and PSX 2017, as well as Jeffrey's got some Destiny news to talk about.
Oh, boy.
I'm sure there's going to be a passionate love letter to Bungie somewhere in this episode.
I'm going to keep it positive. I'm keeping it positive.
Miguel and I might not. Before we get started, I do just want to remind you guys to please subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, all that stuff. Give us a 5-star rating if you don't mind. It's going to help us get out the word on the top charts to get more viewers. As always, I'm your host, Anthony Palm. And, of course, we couldn't bring you the weekly goods without the Brooklyn bad boy, Jeffrey Mizrahi.
Snowing here in Brooklyn.
Snowing here in Connecticut as well. And Chicago's prodigal son, Miguel Alvarez.
It snowed, and it's gone now, which is good.
Nice. Is it hot like that? It was one of those, like where it's snow day and then it's fucking 60?
It's not hot. It's not hot.
It just
It's just
really
not cold
sunny.
enough to...
It was really sunny, so probably that's why. But it is cold. So.
I just came back from walking my dog and I still could barely feel my pinky toes. But yeah, you remember last week when I'm like, oh, I got so many finals, I got so much shit, I'm not going to be playing any games. And then I'm like, I realize I can't do schoolwork past 11, and I normally like stay up till 2. So I'm like, wait a minute, I have so many hours for games.
What do you mean you can't do it? Like you mentally
I'm like,
check out past 11?
yeah, mentally it's like it's too late.
Yeah.
Like I could zonk out in a game, but I can't actually focus on schoolwork.
I feel you.
Yeah, so let's kick it off. Jake Jericho in the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/PS Best Friends. He writes in, he says, Game Awards were great. Haven't watched all the PSX yet, but what I watched was cool. What are your guys' favorite announcements? Also here in the UK, we've got a lot of snow as well. Places everywhere are closed. So I have a quick question. When you have nothing new to play, what games do you like to go back to, i.e. comfort games? Now, the reason I mentioned this at the start of the episode is because this actually fits in perfectly with what happened to me Friday and yesterday, today being Sunday. So The Division is that game for me. The reason I started playing it again is because it was snowing. So Miguel and I have both been playing that, actually. I jumped in fresh character on PS4 because I originally played it on Xbox One. So I'm just going through, the main campaign stuff first, and then once I get caught up to level 30, I'm going to jump into some DLC stuff with Miguel. But yeah, I love that game. I love when it's like nighttime and snowing outdoors in that game. It just looks so cool, especially playing it when it's snowing outside in real life. So I really dig The Division. Miguel, what do you think?
They added the Brooklyn DLC, right? Well, no, was there not a Brooklyn DLC?
No, I don't. They just added a new free DLC with a new playable area, but I haven't gone to it yet. I don't know. I don't
thought
think
that
it's
was.
It's the pier. It's just they extended it. That's pretty much it.
Oh,
yeah, no, they never re-added Brooklyn past the prologue.
That killed me. I remember when I played Brooklyn in the beginning, I'm like, oh, sweet Brooklyn, but it's like you go over the bridge, like, oh, Manhattan, fuck that.
I've been playing because I planned on the game already. When the game came out, I put all of my time on it, and I gave up on it. I didn't give up, but I
just moved on.
And I just moved on. I'm like, oh god, I'll play it when the DLC comes out. The DLC came out, the Survival. I came in and played that a lot. It's really good. I don't know why it didn't pick up because it feels like a version of Battle Royale.
Yeah,
it's not
the same. There's similarities to it.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Which parts of it are PUBG-esque?
The Survival, obviously, and the part that you gotta collect.
Like you're scavenging throughout the map.
Yeah, and
if you play PvP, then obviously it's going to be...
The thing is, because it's cold, you got to keep warm, so you got to collect the...
That's cool.
Yeah, you have to craft, like, new gear that keeps you warm.
Yeah, jackets and...
The mechanics of that mode are really cool. If they ever release that standalone, I think it would actually do pretty decent.
Yep.
But yeah, I got to jump into that with you, too. That actually doesn't have a level restriction on because you start with nothing.
Yeah.
So I should play that with you, and I think like if you extract stuff from the helicopter, I think it carries over, so that might actually be good for me to do early in the game.
Yep.
So,
but yeah, and also I guess snowing games. First of all, snowing question: where in the UK is everywhere closed? Because I mean, maybe it's heavy snow, but That'd be crazy if it's just a little snow and you got to close everything down.
Well, if he's not in like
I guess if he's
like
not in a
London,
city.
you know what
Yeah.
I mean? If he's in like a smaller city or town or something. So
Yeah.
let us know where you're from, Jake.
Have you guys seen the
I mean,
cities
unless
over
you
there?
don't want to, that's fine too. What?
Um,
They don't have like a system for it. It's like in New York or in Boston. Like when there's a lot of snow, you could like push it to the sides, but it's a fucking mess.
yeah, Boston's kind of fucky when it gets snowy.
So
I was
it's
there.
like,
It's terrible.
Yeah, what you been playing, Jeffrey?
Well, on the snow comfort food game, Skyrim, love it. Love going into the snowy areas.
Which I've also been playing.
I've been playing it on the Switch off system, but still a PlayStation nonetheless.
What's
But anyway,
Jeffrey?
what?
What's the big game you've been playing?
Yes, let's get into it. Curse of Osiris Destiny 2 DLC came out this week. Let's start with the good. Visuals are great. It's Destiny, still looks beautiful. There's parts of
Can you
Mercury
give that to an expansion?
Yeah, 100%. No, I mean, it's new
Oh,
visuals.
come on.
Like it's new levels.
It's the okay.
But it's
It's
like
back- no,
do you
time
expect
out,
it to look worse than the main game?
If there's something to complain about Curse of Osiris, it's not that there are definitely new assets. Like that's 100%. Yeah, there are parts in this campaign that actually look like No Man's Sky. Like
But
if
so
No Man's
did
Sky was like a
so
new
did
game.
IO or Nessus or whatever fucking.
I know
Let
more
him-
of No
let
Man's
him-
Sky,
Let
yes.
him, let him talk. Let him talk.
So that looks beautiful. There are 2 boss fights that their design is really cool.
I saw Mercury. I think it's a Mercury or Mars.
Mercury.
That looks really good. I gotta give them that.
So yeah, the visuals look good. A couple bosses look cool. Sugira is the new ghost. She's kind of cool. The raid is really good. It's short, but it's I like the mechanics way better than the Leviathan than the base game's raid. And I'm trying to think of anything else good about
You want to
it.
start with the bad?
There's a gun system that's new. It's like a pretty much challenges, like more endgame stuff is the gun system, and I got to give that some credit. It's grindy, but like in a good grindy way, where it's like, oh, I'm playing the game more.
So they're
Like it's what you
challenges?
wanted from the base game.
Yeah. Other than that, this is some whack shit, Bungie. I don't know. It's the campaign is like you have Osiris, one of the coolest characters in Destiny lore, but they just just like
How long is the campaign?
about 2 hours, which is the standard length for all DLC campaigns for Destiny. But he's so flat and he's barely in it. And they could have explored so many cool things. And at the end, he's just like, all right, thanks for helping me on my adventure. Adios. And like nothing happens impactful.
You're trying to find him, right? So why is he gonna be on it so much?
You find him right away, but then
Really?
it's whatever.
Okay.
It's not even spoiler. It's just like there's nothing there. It's very empty. The campaign.
Does it feel rush to you?
Yeah. It doesn't feel rushed. It looks like they set out to make a very small expansion. What it
For
also has
$20.
is what it also has is 3 DLC Crucible maps, 2 strikes.
And it's broken right now, so there'll be PvP.
Yeah, the Crucible is great. So there's a gun that does too much damage. It's like the Cold Heart. It's a laser. But people are saying in the subreddit, which is great, how the PvP is literally just this one laser gun. Everyone's using it. It's like, wow, hold on. This is pretty cool. Like this is obviously not the Crucible I want, but like this is a cool bonus mode or something, you know? Like, you could do
But
more
that's
like
the only bonus mode that you're gonna end up playing most of the time because everybody's gonna have the gun.
I'm saying, but if they put playlists like, pistols only or something, or swords only, or just like something cool.
Like Halo.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. Yeah, it's crazy. They did that. But Destiny 2 is the most mind-boggling game because they've done things before. Bungie as a studio. All right, maybe there's new guys. Of course, there's new guys, but still, Luke Smith worked on Halo Reach. They've done things in Destiny 1 that are just not present in Destiny 2. They've done things in Halo which are not present in Destiny 2. And it just makes me question, like, how is this game? And it's such a shame because I'm playing it, and I'm still playing the raid right now. I didn't beat it. I'm on the final boss. I've only put it 5 hours into it, so I'm not playing as much as I did the first raid, which was way longer and fucking made me play like 5 days because I couldn't find a good group. But like the gunplay and everything is so good about it, except the game itself, and it's such a shame. It really like breaks my heart playing this game. It's like you guys made a great game. Like why didn't you finish it?
Thoughts on hitting the platinum trophy on the DLC behind the
So
DLC?
so what happens is now to do the prestige activities, which is just like the hardest difficulty of content that anyone could play. You have to be a certain level, and to be that level, you have to have the DLC. But even you can't even be that level. Even if you somehow get that level, which is impossible, you can. It locks you out of it. And there's a trophy for beating an event on prestige difficulty. So you need the DLC. They said they're investigating that, but that's just like, and
Well,
they released
they
a bunch
did
of
it on
released.
purpose.
Just make a legacy
on purpose.
prestige playlist. That's all.
They
Where
did
it's
it on purpose.
only the
It's
non-Osiris. I
easier
don't
to be
understand how
honest.
freaking hard
They're
that
like,
is.
yes, we did it. If you guys don't like it, we can change it.
I wish they did things on purpose in this game. It seriously seems like they don't have anyone testing it ever. They literally don't have testers. It's like it. I'm playing this game and I love it. Honestly, I still love it. But it's like, do you have people in the studio playing it? Did you have people playtesting this game for months and saying the token system was rewarding? Really? I don't
token
believe it.
system's bad.
Here,
Token system's real bad.
I gotta say that I don't remember. Did the token system gave you like weapons, like the exotics?
No.
No.
No, because you would trade them in for legendary engrams.
Oh, okay.
I think there's a possibility of dropping exotic, but yeah, it's not like
Yeah, because I think I got like.
I don't think so because I
like,
thought it's like you're guaranteed a legendary engram when you hand them in.
you do, but I think they're powerful engrams could give you exotics, whatever. But no, Curse of Osiris is not. It is no way fixed Destiny. This latest update didn't fix Destiny.
Is it
Next
worth
week's
it?
update.
What it seems like for me is that let's tie this into Miguel and I were talking about the division. The reason we both decided to jump back into the division is because they just dropped patch 1.8. 1.8,
a lot of things.
but it's not even that it fixed anything. It just gave us a reason to go back.
Oh, it fixed a lot of things. But
I didn't think anything was wrong with the division, but
you'll be surprised.
essentially what I'm getting at is with Destiny 2, like instead of fixing the problems that were wrong with it, they added more that was wrong with it. Like this is the problem with announcing DLC plans before your DLC plans are actually in the works, because it's like now they're committed to getting Curse of Osiris out, even though they probably should have held off on it to fix the game. But now it's like, well, fuck, we already said it's going to be out in December, so now we got to get it out in December.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So it's like this is the problem with pre-ordering shit, because then there's set dates for shit because you pre-ordered it, and like.
I mean, yeah.
They needed to drop something, dude, because the game just got boring.
Yeah. I mean, Curse of Osiris is definitely better than nothing.
But listen, they could have, if that game was done the way Destiny 1 was at the end of its life cycle, I probably wouldn't have stopped playing Destiny 2.
They didn't learn anything.
I stopped playing it because it got boring because it was broken.
That's what people should take out of it. They haven't learned anything from Destiny 1. From the 3 years?
I just it doesn't make sense because they did learn from Destiny 1 in Destiny 1, but then they didn't take it over to Destiny 2 is the issue.
Exactly. It's like they started back down from zero again. Like,
but like you said, they learned something from Destiny 1,
agree.
But they didn't take anything from that
to
Destiny 2.
Yeah, exactly.
But closing this off, Miguel, you're asking, is it worth the $20? A dude I was rating with earlier said it best, I think. If you play the game, yeah, it's worth $20. And if you're not, like he's like, yeah, people who play the game think it's worth $20, but people who don't play the game don't think it's worth $20. And I'm like, yeah, I guess that's true. If I'm going to be playing it, like I played enough of Destiny that the worth question is not even in my head. It's like,
well, you would be playing Destiny 2 regardless of if there was a new DLC. Miguel and I stopped playing Destiny 2, so it's not worth going back for this DLC. That's basically
what do you mean? I know. I was going to be playing it because there's a DLC. I wouldn't play it right now if there was no DLC.
No, the question, I thought you had been playing it like a little bit anyways.
I haven't played Destiny 2 since October. I go in if there's a new Xur thing.
Wow.
Since they added the Prestige raid, and it had no rewards besides like pretty much camo on your armor.
The thing is that you really love Destiny. We don't.
I like it a lot, but I don't. Well, I'm not going to throw them $20.
What I enjoy is the campaign part of it. I really enjoy that, but this is not that big, so it's like
for 2 hours. Listen, I paid $20 for a bunch of DLCs before, and you know what those were? I'll give you a couple of them. I'll give you Dragonborn and Dawnguard for Skyrim, both amazing DLCs. Lair of the Shadow Broker for Mass Effect 2. probably the best expansion I've ever played in a game.
They're different games, dude.
But I'm just saying,
apples
there's
to
way,
oranges.
it's like
They're different games. It's
Bungie
like,
needs
like
to
I
realize
mentioned-
their price point for these deals, for these smaller DLCs that seem intentionally smaller. It's like Taken King, yeah, that's worth $30-$40. I get it. It's overhauling the game.
I don't know.
Something
I'm
like
gonna
this
disagree with that.
sounds like it should have been more like $10-$15.
Question for you, Jeffrey, because you're playing the game. What I liked about Destiny 1 was that the game didn't reward me every like hour getting a exotic weapon like in the Destiny 2. Like every hour, I think I was getting like exotic fucking.
That's a crazy thing. Everyone says that. I'm not getting any exotic drops.
No, at the beginning of the game, like the first like
when you're getting
like
power
2-3
items
days,
easily
yeah,
and stuff.
I had like 20 of them. I was like, what the fuck? And then Destiny 1,
I had way more
I
exotics
only had-
in Destiny
yeah.
2 than I did in Destiny 1.
I had maybe one at that same
point.
time.
Because
The question is with the new system, I think, like do you still get the exotics at the same rate, or the challenges, or what you said that to get weapons?
So yeah,
now?
they're like
quest lines, right?
no, they're not exotic guns. They're like legendary, but they're not really quests. It's like do 10 public events. No, not do 10 public events. Get 10 things, and they drop from public events. Sometimes they might drop 2. Sometimes they might drop 0. It just adds something to chase after, really, and
So
the guns
that's
look pretty cool.
Because I like what they did on the first one, that you had like to do this, and then you had to figure out how to probably use YouTube how to figure out how to get a gun. Like I remember like porn, you had to do all this shit to get it. And it's like I'm kind of miss that from Destiny 2.
The Rat King
from
was
Destiny
kind of
1,
like
from
that.
Destiny 2.
The Rat King, the Mida, the quest lines.
Yeah, but there's
But what
But you
you're
get
saying
them
with
so
how what you're saying with how you got so many exacts in the beginning, because that's at the end of the day, that's like we'll move on from this if you don't like Destiny. But the game is catered towards casual players, and I don't assume our listeners, unless you are listening to Fireteam chats. This is what Destin's been saying. Destin Legare from IGN. The game is they developed it for casuals. It doesn't seem like they care for hardcore at all in the game, and it's like the hardcore are the ones playing right now, and it's just like
See,
seriously,
I'm
man.
in between hardcore and casual, where it's like I'm more hardcore than the casual gamers, but I'm not so in the weeds as the hardcore people that are like, I need every single armor set from every single, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not that hardcore, but I want to be more hardcore on it, but it's like I just don't. I don't know. It's too much of a mess for me right now. So
Hey Jeffrey, what time is it?
Fuck. I think it is time for the Islander report.
There'll be some news.
There are 7 items on the list.
Hey, captains count.
You know what I was doing last night? Because I couldn't go to sleep. Watching old. So I thought I was watching old Game Awards, video game awards on Spike. But what I was actually watching was G4's G4ia. Do you guys remember this at all or no?
like vaguely.
It's this all celebs, like crude ass, like we say fuck on TV version of the Game Awards.
Like
and
someone
it's like
that in the Game Wars.
yeah, and it's like Carmen Electra giving out awards to hottest girl in a video game. Riku won. But this week we had the Game Awards. Jeff Keighley's shindig, loves it since 2014. Let's start off with the announcements. Let's run straight through. No, it's not run straight through. Let's talk about the things if we think they're interesting. New Death Stranding footage.
A 8-minute trailer.
Dude, it was so
a
long.
movie, maybe, I think.
It was so long.
It's going to be a movie, not a game. Okay.
When the baby gave the thumbs up.
That was kind of weird. Dude. I was like, what the
that is when.
That's when you knew it was a Kojima fucking.
Yeah,
But Nathaniel Hicks says, still catching up on PSX, but holy shit, the Game Awards. My question is, what are y'all pitches for what Death Stranding is going to be? Can include gameplay mechanics, but not necessary. I'm truly fascinated what it could be. So based on this trailer, later on at PSX, Kojima said that the part where Norman Russo swimming is playable. So what do you guys what do you guys think this game is?
Mechanic wise, it's gonna be similar to
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Yeah,
open world.
It's gonna be open world. Yeah, he said it already. It's gonna be
a third-person game.
Yeah.
He said third-person action originally. I don't know. I don't even.
Like, what's the point of the game?
Speculating on this game yet?
Max Scoville said something interesting. I don't know if you saw he tweeted this. He's like, maybe it has some type of weird multiplayer gimmicks, like maybe like something like Journey or like Demon Souls or something. Just because like there were like 2 Norman Reeduses, switching between. So maybe it has something to do with that. I think if there's any cool multiplayer integration, that'd be very interesting.
I think Greg Miller said he spoke to him and said there was going to be some kind of multiplayer integration. It's probably going to be more like Journey, where you don't realize you're playing with other people.
I mean, you're gonna realize.
I mean, there's gonna be like actual multiplayer, I'm sure, but I don't know, man. I was thinking that maybe there's multiple like realities or dimensions, and that Norman Reedus' character is connected to all three different. Because if you think about it, there's him naked on the beach with all the dead whales and crabs and shit. Then there's the one where
that's part of the story.
And
but then he's on the beach again now. Or he's not on the beach. He's in front of a lake.
It's like a different reality. And then it flashes to him with all like him naked with all the handprints on him and stuff. And I feel like that's actually flashing to the first trailer.
Is it just flashes then? Is he thinking about
that's
it?
insane. I don't know if it's like some kind of lost scenario where it's like there's flash forwards.
I think he's trying to tell a story on the
different realities. I don't know. But obviously, the fetus thing is going to be like that's like them.
I wonder: are the babies an item? Are the babies a health bar? Maybe of some sort. Thinking
maybe it's like you respawn by creating
some form of assist.
Honestly, I don't want to see anything from the game.
That's kind of where I was at too. Where it's like that was already too long.
The game's not going to come out to like 2020, maybe.
I want Hideo Kojima to tell me about it. When
it's like, just stop, just don't say anything. Just.
I'm excited for it. I'm like mega hyped for it. Like I say that, and people are like, "Oh, you don't care about it." I'm like, no, I care a lot about this game. Like, I'm a bigger Metal Gear fan than you probably are.
Well,
like,
a fan of metal.
Yeah. So it's like, yes, I am hyped on this game, but I want to hear more about it when Hideo himself knows more about it, because I feel like he doesn't even know anything about it. So
I'm sure he has an idea.
But you know what I'm saying, though.
But when he said, "Oh yeah," after the trailer into the mic, and I love Norman Reedus' blind admiration or love. I guess I mean he's not blind because I guess he knows the story, but it's so funny
playing along with like the joke.
I love how you get whatever. Yeah, next up, Bloodborne 2 teaser.
Maybe.
People say it's a teaser, so it was a trailer that said Shadows Die Twice and then From Software. You guys think it's Bloodborne or a new IP? I think it's new. I don't know enough about Bloodborne.
Initially, I thought it was definitely Bloodborne. When I watched it live, I was like, "That's definitely Bloodborne 2." I mean, did
Bloodborne end on a cliffhanger of some sort? That there's definitely a 2.
Bloodborne, to be honest, so I'm not sure. But
let us know what you guys think about it, because
very vague, very interesting.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's not on this thing, but the pre-show showed off Accounting Plus for PSVR. Made by the
Justin Roiland.
Oh my god, I played that. Billy, my brother, somehow.
It's in there if you wait, but
oh, is it? Oh, I thought it was gonna be on top.
It's not on. It's pretty much like the high stuff, and then goes.
We got some Nintendo news that no one cares about.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Bayonetta 3.
Bayonetta 3 is Switch, so we're not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Who cares about Soul Calibur 6. I was kind of excited for them to show a guest character, like a Link or Spawn or anyone, like a Ezio.
They showed someone at the last second. I don't know who it was.
I don't know who that is. Yeah, I felt like maybe that was a Soul Calibur reference that I was.
Yeah, like it's probably a character from like Soul Calibur 2 or something.
Cool. If you're in Soul Calibur, cool. In the Valley of the Gods was showed off. New Campo Santo game.
I'm fucking hyped for.
It looks interesting. I don't love Firewatch as much as people. I liked it. I don't love it, but this definitely looks cool.
Release date 2019.
That was bold. That was so bold.
So, saying you 2020. All right, let's
get the fuck out of here. Don't even tell me about a game. Fade to Silence. This is by
that's PC. So let's keep moving.
Oh, it is, yeah.
I don't even remember that. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, unfortunately, not going to PlayStation.
So bad. But
so small silent.
Dreams. I thought Dreams was going to make its breakout at PSX, but I guess they chose.
Well, they talked about it more. We'll get into it. But.
Yeah. Looks cool.
2018 though.
It looks like you said, it looks like 3D Little Big Planet.
Yep. Did this get you hyped at all?
I wish they just said in the first place instead of being like, what is it?
I'll talk about it on the
PSX. Okay.
PSX, yeah, because they showed
a way out release. A way out.
So before they show the trailer for this, this guy, what's his name? Joseph
Fares.
He comes out probably really drunk already at this point,
or he just did
high in cocaine or something. Because goddamn, dude, he went for like 3 minutes, I think 3-4 minutes, just talking.
This
Telling,
guy,
fuck the Oscars. Fuck the EA for the loot boxes.
not
And
fuck
Then,
the
but then realized that he works for EA and had to spin it.
Yeah, he's like, oh, the EA is really nice to me, and I'm grateful or whatever. But
And you could just see the anger boiling inside of Jeff Keighley.
Joseph Fares is an interesting guy because I remember seeing this guy way back when, like 2011 or 12, whenever before Brothers came out. There was like a behind the scenes video, Brothers of Tale of Two Sons, on PS3, and there was a behind the scenes video, and he's like talking about himself, like, oh, I'm a director, but now I'm doing video games, and like he was talking so highly of himself, like, this guy's a little weird. And like 6 years later,
But it was funny because like he went off on this crazy rant. If you haven't seen it,
I think it's worth
if you haven't
it.
seen it, you need to go watch it.
I think this made the Game Awards for
It
me.
was totally.
I was progressively
batshit crazy.
off of my couch. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like, oh my god!
I know. I was like, "This is
still going. Is it still
the most
going?"
beautiful disaster I've ever seen at the Game Awards. But it was funny because he's on this tangent, and then it starts like the video for A Way Out, and then it's him also narrating that in like a totally calm voice. So it threw me off so much. It was like I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
So the
our
game
listeners though have different opinions. Chris Dines in the Facebook group says Joseph Fares may very well be my new favorite person in the industry. That was a glorious interview. And Warren Maxwell says I thought it was okay that one weird guy with Jeff Keighley talking about the Oscars was off-putting. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys think it's like this is going to ruin the image of the Game Awards? What are your thoughts on that?
It might.
No, I think it's going to give it more people to actually go and see, because it's not produced like.
Okay.
They don't have lines, so they're going and saying whatever they want.
See, what I
and
this is what I did. Okay, so let's spin this back to the pre-show of the Game Awards, which is when they announced Trending Gamer, because it ended up not Andrea or Steven Spohn. It ended up being Dr. Disrespect. And the problem I had with him winning was his speech, where he's like, yeah, we're going to take over Twitch. And like, he just didn't have anything relevant to say at all.
Did he even say that? I thought he was just saying nonsense.
He was just saying like stupid shit, like about like, yeah, all my followers.
He was playing his character, dude.
I guess, but it's like you couldn't say something a little. I'm not saying have a speech like Greg Miller, but even like last year when Boogie won, he didn't go crazy, but he at least had a nice little, short and sweet speech about like thank you.
It's as if Greg got there and was like, I'm going to drive a full nuns off throat.
Wait.
No one else gets that.
So he knew that he was gonna win. It's like when
he was right there. Yeah, he just came in the frame.
Yeah, they knew they were gonna win like a couple days before they got there. That's why when Renee announced that she was gonna be part of Facebook, something about Facebook, the circle. Yeah, her. It's like, oh, she's not winning. Like Doc's gonna win. Like
we all knew Doc's gonna win.
Like at that moment, I knew.
Same with like we kind of knew Boogie was gonna win last year.
Yeah, so it's
the only one that we didn't think was gonna happen.
And Greg did his little what was it? The speech.
I rewatched that the other day. So good.
It was really good, but
I'm saying like the problem I had with that is that Dr. Disrespect, he just didn't really say anything relevant to games. And it's like he's like, yeah, I'm a Twitch streamer and I won, and let's go do more.
Well, I mean, he plays games.
Like it's fine, I guess, but it's like
he plays like 2-3 games, dude.
But so tying this back to with Joseph Fares, so I liked that Joseph Fares had something relevant to say. He might have been a little inappropriate about it, which I'm not offended by it, but some people might have been offended by it. So I'm glad he had something relevant to say, because Dr. Disrespect, I mean, you can't take note from the two people behind you. You know what I mean? That's kind of what my problem was. Is that it's like,
not
dude,
the same thing.
You just look like just kind of like an idiot douchebag Twitch streamer. No offense. It's like he didn't really like say anything relevant.
You know,
didn't change on him, but
okay, whatever.
Yeah, but
Way Out. Let's talk about the game now.
Oh, and a cool thing about Way Out, which is where the tangent kind of went on with him and Jeff. If you watch an interview, is that one player only needs the game and the other player online could play for free.
Which is pretty cool.
Which I wish that they explained more, but we didn't get a chance because of Mr. Fares.
Exactly.
I'm still very confused how the game works in terms of it's like split screen, but if you're online, is it the same screen?
Hopefully not. Though I'm sure they'll talk about it more. Though. The game comes out on March 23rd, 2018. So
next up, Witchfire. This surprised me. This had the craziest coming from. So it goes gameplay, like scenic gameplay from developers of Vanishing Ethan Carter. Oh, cool. Walking simulator.
Yep.
The gun comes out. Also, Painkiller and Bulletstorm. Bulletstorm is one of my favorite first-person shooters. And this game looks cool. A mixture of a walking simulator.
It got my attention for sure.
I'm excited. We'll see more of that later. Next up,
This game,
GTO, a new 4-player co-op game by the makers of Payday and Payday 2.
Before you describe what it is or what we saw, when it started, I didn't saw the beginning, like the makers of. So I thought it was gonna be like an alien,
it looked aliens.
thing.
One of the characters were named.
I was like, oh, that looks interesting. And then we got into the fucking trailer. I was like, oh, okay, whatever.
looks cool.
Zombies. I'm done. I told you guys, I'm done with zombies. I'm just like,
I just take a break. The fact that it's a 4-player co-op thing, it's like that turns me off a little bit because it's like,
yeah, I'm more turned off by the 4-player than the zombies influx.
Why are there no like games made for 2 players? Why is it always like 4 or 6 players?
A way out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wish there was more like 2 play because it's easy to get one buddy and play stuff with you. It's always hard to get like 4 to 6.
Dude, but those Payday 2 games, they actually have a nice following, dude.
Oh, huge.
I know. I'm not saying.
Yeah, so
I just feel like games in general, like Evolve, had issues because of the format of it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if I don't know what people behind Payday and Payday 2 are doing it, because it says the game designer, maybe the lead, because I thought they were also doing the Raid World War II. I thought that was also by the.
That's out already, isn't it?
I thought that was
out. Yeah, but still,
it
just came out. It just came out, though. I'm saying
maybe that was a side project while they were mainly working.
Maybe some other part of the studio, probably. Next up, Metro Exodus footage. Is this exclusive to Xbox or no?
No,
it wasn't. Last Light wasn't the second one for a bit exclusive to Xbox?
No, the first one was, I think, came out first on the Xbox.
The first one, yes, yeah.
So 2044 or whatever.
I think so. One of them. Because I think it came out for Xbox, and then the second one came out, and then they re-released them together, and that's when
World War Z video game. This was in the pre-show. Sure, I don't know.
Looks a little rough,
and it looks really rough.
Are enough people into World War Z as a IP?
I think the whole zombie thing is a little.
I don't think zombies. I don't think you could say zombies are getting stale. Like, I think every different game does zombies differently, so it's always. It's like saying guns are. It's like first-person shooters are getting stale.
Well, we'll see how this game sells. And then
Simulator, by the developers of Job Simulator. I was expecting something a little more original by these guys, because these guys are clearly great. Alchemy Labs. But
they made so much money from the first.
They might be working on something else too, though. You never know.
2018, guys. 2018.
Yeah, and that's coming to all platforms, all VR platforms. Accounting Plus for PSVR. We talked about this a second before. This original.
Now this is exclusive for. Oh, it was out already on the Vive.
Yeah.
No, the original was, so the Plus version has more, I guess, of some sort. Fucking hilarious. If you like Justin Roiland, like raw Justin Roiland, Rick and Morty humor, this is the game.
It's a little weird for me, because it's like I just can't. Like, I just hear his voice, and he is like all the Rick and Morty characters. So hearing him in a game that's not Rick and Morty, like I actually want to play this, but it's like, it's weird that it's like, like, why didn't you just make this a Rick and Morty game? But I guess we will get to that reason in a little bit.
There's so much. Oh yeah. Also attached to that is Rick and Morty virtual reality is coming to
Rickality.
Reality is coming to PSVR. That's also made by Alchemy Studios. That's pretty much Job Simulator with a Rick and Morty skin. I played it. Very fun. But no, Accounting Plus is hilarious because it has so much like dialogue. Like, there's a part where like a phone is just ringing like off the hook, and it's just a dude constantly talking, and you could stay in that room. I'm like, wait, is this not finishing? And it just kept on going with jokes for like 10 minutes. Fortnite Battle Royale 50v50 mode. This looks interesting.
I played a couple matches of this.
What's it take? Is it good?
I won the first one. So it's pretty much like I was telling Anthony. When you drop, whoever, after like the first 5-7 minutes, whoever has the most players is going to win.
What does that mean? Is it uneven teams?
So no, it's not that. It's just when you drop, whoever gets the loot first and whoever ends up killing the most people at the beginning, it's like, it's pretty much just they have the better loot, and whoever has
I think it would have been smart if they like limited teams to like certain sections of the map when you dropped in. I think that would have been cool.
That's what it seemed like in the trailer. It looked like everyone has each team had a base of some sort, and like everyone was lined up, kind of like a type thing. That looked pretty cool.
That happens when you get to the end game. You see like all these towers, just people building them up at the end, but that's just people building the towers up.
There's no pre-made building.
There's no no, there's not. It's just
I think would be cool where you build.
It's one life. You're done.
Yeah, one life. You're able to stay and spectate the whole thing, or just get out. But I mean, it's not like you're gonna get extra points.
And lastly, once again, they did it last year also. I don't know how they always have the same chick talk to Jeff about totally sounds like they paid a shitload of money to get it. Warframe, there's a community trailer. They showed some stuff about that. You guys were saying you would jump back into Warframe.
I jumped in for the first time.
For the first time?
I played a little bit of it. It's the gameplay itself is really fun. I have fun with the gameplay itself. I'll see if I'm drawn more to it. But it seems like a really, polished, good game for a free-to-play game.
Yep. Same.
And for the awards, here are just some PlayStation picks. Most anticipated game, Last of Us 2. Best fighting game, Injustice 2. Best role-playing game, Persona 5. Best action game, Wolfenstein 2. Best VR game, Resident Evil 7 should not have beaten Superhot or Lone Echo.
Dude, I called Resident Evil 7. Yeah, that's your opinion, bro. Okay. You also thought Legend of Zelda
Breath of the Wild winning game of the year. That shouldn't have won it, but whatever.
Games Impact, Hellblade.
The one that I had the biggest problem with, best game direction, Zelda. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all.
Like, the game has no direction. It's like, why did this win if it has
best performance, Melina Juergens getting an award from Andy Serkis. That was cool. Cool. That was
crazy awesome. And she even said, she's like, I'm a video editor. This is like surreal. And I'm like, this is so cool. Hellblade won a couple games, a couple awards, right? They won best performance games for impact and sound design, right?
Yep.
And then as well, just on that note, Cuphead devs getting art direction from fucking Hideo Kojima and Guillermo. Wow. That's crazy. Imagine being
Shout out to Studio MDHR. Great.
Best narrative, What Remains of Edith Finch. Yes, they had to win an award. Totally, best narrative. Earned.
Best ongoing game, Overwatch.
Yeah, and that is
best horror/music, Nier Automata. Automata, is it Automata or Automata? I don't know. But anyways, that one. So the PlayStation game. And then Horizon Zero Dawn got totally robbed. Totally robbed. Not one award.
I think the nominations are good enough.
I don't think so. I think they deserved something. They got totally robbed.
Let us know what you think about the Game Awards. Tweet at us at PSBF Podcast. But we are moving on to PSX news. So they had a presentation. It wasn't a formal conference at all. It was a PlayStation Presents, and it was pretty much just a bunch of developers sitting on stage and talking.
So they had a developer come out. They were talking for a bit. They showed the gameplay of the game and just explain a little bit of it, pretty much. That was like the main.
I liked how casual it was, and I liked even though Anthony was saying like, oh, it's just for the people who were there, but as a viewer watching in my fucking room, it felt pretty cool because like the audience was like involved in it, like people were yelling shit out. They were acknowledging it. They were like back and forth. I
actually liked it more this way. Than how they were doing it.
As a PSX thing, we just had Paris Games Week. I don't need another conference right now to show game trailers. I like a dude yelling out like, yeah, and then Sean Layden giving him a thumbs up or something. Like, that's awesome. That's so cool.
I like that they're actually bringing like one of the devs and like talking about the game and telling trying to be kind of honest because they can't say too much, obviously. But,
they were pretty candid, I thought, relatively speaking, for who they like the positions.
Yeah.
We got Dreams.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dreams gameplay. We got God of War gameplay. We got a
Detroit demo. That was pretty fucking cool.
That people were yelling out what to do. Yeah. It's interesting David Cage wasn't the one playing it. It was another designer.
You think it's something to do with him trying to deflect all that?
Maybe. That's what I was thinking as well.
From Paris Games Week.
But still, that was fun. I liked it though because no fucking way that guy holding the controller could hear what everyone was saying. He was gonna.
He was just.
Everyone was just yelling noise. You couldn't hear any of the decisions.
That was pretty cool.
Sean Layden hints at the ability to change PSN name. This one at this point, seeing Greg Miller ask him this, I kind of felt bad for him because you could clearly see that
he's kind of like my hands are tied, dude. What do you want from me?
They're trying to figure out.
In 2005 or whatever, when they were working on the PSN, there must have been some code or something that it's just the entire infrastructure is based on like a couple lines and the whole thing would fall apart and they can't.
I mean, they said that before already, so it's like
So he says maybe he's like you won't have to ask that next year. So maybe
hopefully. So yeah,
if they know.
We'll
don't yell at him about it. Sean Layden also talked about people coming at the public access at E3 this year, saying it was way too packed. Pretty much whatever.
But he said it was pretty much that they need to figure out what they want to be.
Yeah, you can't just shove people in and have something.
And I think that might have been part of the reason why a lot of people were like, quote unquote, underwhelmed with the Sony showing at E3. And I think they kind of were like, we don't know what this is going to look like with public access. So do we want to go totally crazy or do we want to play it safe and have a good production? Because the production itself was good. It just wasn't really anything new, So
it seems like if you're thinking about going to E3, go to PSX.
He did mention about like what happened because they wanted to show some stuff at E3 at Paris Games Week and at PSX. So he explained why was the decision of having the reveals on Paris Games Week and not at PSX.
Why?
I don't know, you guys. So because it's like we always show everything that we have at E3 or here, pretty much in the Americas, and we never show something.
You have European places.
Exactly. It's like we have a big fan base over there too, and we want to give them something too. So it's like,
okay, I understand that.
I understand it.
Full disclosure for PSX, I fell asleep halfway through it because it was on. It didn't start until 11 o'clock on the East Coast.
Oh yeah, they went late for us East Coasters.
So it's not. I didn't intentionally like fuck this. I'm going to bed. I nodded out. I actually fell asleep like on my glasses, and my wife woke me up and like made sure I didn't break my glasses.
Yeah, I ended up watching the whole thing. Greg's interview with Shuhei was pretty cool. They didn't really say anything, but it was like funny shooting the shit. Like always. Did they say anything? I don't remember them making any like big Shuhei saying anything noteworthy. Mega Man's going to be in Monster Hunter World.
Cool.
Excuse me. Last Guardian and Wipeout are getting PSVR modes. Cool.
Yep.
Also, Wipeout and VR sounds like a lot of people are going to throw up.
Killing Floor VR. Did you write that, Miguel, on the doc?
What's that?
Killing Floor VR.
Killing Floor VR. Like, we own already?
They announced it. Yeah. No. So it's going to be a new game, which is interesting. And is going to have a campaign.
For VR. So they made it for VR. Okay.
I'm interested. Yeah. Not in yet, but I'm interested.
Interesting.
Medieval remastered. Cool. I would be surprised if they made a new Medieval, but a remastered one, sure. It's probably
like cool. I'll take it. I remember playing the demo for Medieval on the demo disc for PS1 back in the day, but like I don't know.
Medieval is very like Ness and Smash Bros for me because I don't know who the fuck he was until he was in Battle
Royale. I did play the demo back in the day. I never owned it, but like I played those first two levels extensively.
Before he showed the shirt and talked about this, I was hoping so bad, dude, for CTR.
Or Spyro, either or. I would.
Oh, dude!
I'm cool with this. I'm not complaining, so don't take it as me complaining.
It's cool.
I just don't know who's asking for it. That's my question. You know what I mean?
I'm sure it's gonna end up selling a lot. So I mean,
yeah. Like I said, I'm not complaining. It's just weird. It's like of all the games they could have remastered, Medieval. Yeah.
Kojima walked on stage, talked Death Stranding. He was wearing that cool little clamper thing on his shoulder, and which was funny. He comes on stage, and you can see his translator, like, oh, should I follow him, or should I let him have this come out?
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah,
kind of like took a step back into the dark. It was funny.
There was nothing from here. It was pretty much him and Andrew House and Mark Cerny.
Mark Cerny said he played it for 5 hours, and then God of War is about 25 to 35 hours long, which is
cool.
Fuck. Maybe it's going to be kind
I'm glad that it's a more expansive game than previous God of War games.
I don't really like. I want my God of War to be more short, but I
like that it's heading more in the direction of Horizon Zero Dawn.
No, it's not. It's not. They did mention when they were talking on the game when they had one of the depths in there. The game is similar to like The Last of Us, not The Last of Us, the Tomb Raider. Like it's gonna be like a short, small little map, and you're gonna be able to do stuff there.
It's gonna have worlds in between.
Yeah, it's gonna be similar like to that, so, which is cool. I'd rather have that than a big open world.
Maybe 24 plus hours is maybe a little
think
much.
that's stretching it.
We'll see how it is when we get the game and how it flows.
Which was leaked also this week on the PSN store as March 22nd.
I hope it does come out.
We'll see if that sticks. That's probably likely.
Yeah, those are.
But it's not official yet, so just keep that in mind.
Knockout League revealed for PSVR. It's like a boxing VR game.
Looks like Wii boxing, but for VR.
Concrete Genie. Greg did an interview and gameplay with the Pixel Opus, the guys who made Entwined.
It looks cool.
Looks cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle comes to PS4 in 2018.
These games were never for me. So
is the guy from Persona in this? I saw the trailer. It looked like you. His name was you on the top, and he looked like the
Persona 4.
Yeah.
Well, Persona 4 and
he had the jack. I think the main character is
a black jacket, gray hair, glasses.
I think the playable character. Yeah, I don't know if you didn't see it, but you know, Jupiter and Mars is a underwater adventure PSVR game. Looks cool. It's like the dolphins and shit, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Donut Country coming to PS4 in 2018. Ooh, this game is good. I played it at PAX East. Very good game. It's like it's Katamari-esque in the sense that you control a small hole in a like a sinkhole in the bottom of a floor, and you move around, sinking small items, and then you get bigger, and then you sink in bigger items. I liked it.
So, what's the point of it? Like to make the hole bigger?
So it's kind of like puzzly. So like you would have to, I guess, suck in the chickens, but you can't suck in the chickens until you suck in a certain thing, and then like a chicken would be on like a house, but then you jump in or something. Like there's puzzles involved. It's not just sucking.
So to get the chicken, you have to suck in the house, which means that you have.
And then
do. I don't like that we keep saying the term "suck in."
Well, I mean, it is a hole, dude.
It's a sinkhole. Yeah, it's definitely a sinkhole. Tower 57.
Sucking sinkholes.
Neo retro shooter. I didn't see Tower 57. I don't know what this is.
So I watched the trailer for this. It actually looks really cool. Looks pretty cool. I just love pixel art games. It looks like it's just a 2D side scrolling kind of.
How many fucking games are they now? It's holy shit.
Really?
Yeah, Moonlighter actually looks pretty cool too.
That's interesting. RPG action RPG game. Bro, like
we already talked about that. Mulaka, 3D action adventure game. Okay. Fantasy Strike.
Another
fighter game.
It looks cool, but I'm not a fighter guy.
Children of Morta. Anything? I don't know.
Another action RPG.
Guns of Icarus. Didn't Guns of Icarus come out? Is this like a Devolver game?
No, I don't think so. I think they announced. No, I think it. I think I heard it somewhere, but it could be something else.
And that's about it. There was some Ghost of Tsushima. Oh yeah, she said that Ghost of Tsushima almost was leaked because they were taking pictures in Tsushima, Japan, and a local newspaper picked up on it. But that game developers were in Tsushima, but no one speaks or no one like that didn't spread out anywhere because it's just a small.
Yeah, like no one outside of Japan picked up on it because the language barrier, and then Japan, I guess it was just such a small island that no one thought anything of it in Japan.
So let's see. So Parappa 2 Remastered got announced too. It's coming 2018.
There was Parappa 2? I thought it was
Parappa, yeah.
Oh, Patapon. I was going to say I thought the sequel was Jeremy Lamy.
Yeah. What else got announced?
You know what? There's a list of these games on the blog. Go check it out. They're all like classic, like classic looking indie game, like what you think an indie game would look. Yeah.
Biggest drop games this week are. Oh, are you talking about the drop?
No, the extra list.
The extra.
Oh yeah, there's way too much to go over for.
Harbor Knockout.
Other Gunship is cool. I played this at PAX. This is a first-person shooter bullet hell. So think about that. That's interesting. Damn. All right, but that's it for the. No, it's not it for the news because we got quick news, and let's go really quick because we're
running late.
Long. Sony confirmed sale numbers. PlayStation 4 has sold more than 70.6 million units. PSVR has sold 2 million, over 2 million. More than 617 million copies of PS4 games and 12 million copies of PSVR games have sold by December 3rd. This is digital and retail.
Not bad, huh? Not bad.
I would compare them to the last two generations, but I don't got those numbers in front of me.
Well, I mean, it's outpacing PlayStation 2, so somehow.
Ubisoft delayed Far Cry 5 and The Crew 2. Far Cry 5 is to March 27th, and The Crew is to March 16th.
That's fine because there's too much shit coming out next year, anyways.
New Tomb Raider game is coming, but the reveal is going to be taking place at a major event.
E3, most likely.
E3, yeah, probably.
In 2018. The third and final prequel series, Life is Strange, Hell is Empty, will be available on the 20th. And I think that's about it.
I gotta say about Tomb Raider real quick. Hopefully, it's not like a year exclusive to fucking Xbox again.
No, I don't think.
I just hope so, because man,
I don't think they make that mistake again.
I mean,
that's what we thought about the second one, and they did it.
Well, no, they made the mistake with the second one.
I feel like they did. I feel like they did that twice, but only Rise.
It was just Rise of the Tomb Raider. No, the original. The original.
Oh, that's right.
The mistake was with Rise of the Tomb Raider.
That's right.
I don't think that happens again. I think you see day and date for both Xbox.
I hope not.
Yep. But those are the games that you'd be playing next year because the year's almost over. But before the year is over, let us read to you the list of PlayStation games coming to every possible PlayStation platforms as read by your best friends for the week of December.
Let's crank through these ones. There's about 2 notable ones.
Arrow is a game, PS4 digital. Dragon's Lair Trilogy, PS4 digital. If you like Stranger Things and want to see what Dragon's Lair is about, play that. Dynasty Feud, PS4 digital. Fallen Legion, Flames of Rebellion, PS4 digital. Didn't you play one of these games recently?
No, but this looks like a Fire Emblem ripoff to the hardest core.
Fallen A2P Protocol, PS4 digital. Gang Beast, PS4 digital. What? I didn't know. Gang Beast is a silly multiplayer game, a party game with surreal, gelatinous characters, brutal slapstick fight sequences, and absurd, hazardous environments set in the mean streets of Beef City. If you ever watch any kind of funny doing a game or something, they probably played this. 9 Parchments, Okami HD, PS4 digital retail. Didn't know this was coming either. One More Dungeon, PS4, PS Vita digital. The Rabbit Hole. Yeah. The Rabbit Hole, PSVR digital. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard Gold Edition, PS4 digital retail. Romancing Saga 2, PS4, PS Vita digital. Super Hydora, PS4 digital. PS4, PS Vita digital.
And the best for last.
Ultimate Chicken Horse, PS4 digital. So if you're thinking this is an Ultimate Chicken Horse, like one thing, the image has a chicken and a horse. So
it looks like it's made from MS Paint, and it looks beautifully horrible.
Something that we forgot to mention, and it's not on the PlayStation blog nowhere that I saw.
What?
They announced for the PSVR Firewall 0 Hour. It looks like Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh, yeah, that was cool. That was really cool. Why is that not on there?
If this is what I oh my God. If this is similar to Rainbow Six, I might buy the VR for it.
Yeah, dude. When I watched that game, when I saw the trailer for that game, I was like, "This is really awesome."
This is what I want from it. It looks so good.
I didn't see the trailer. It seems like what? Like you're bordering up walls.
It's first person. It's first person, and it has elements like boarding.
I don't know if you're boarding up the walls and stuff, but it's like stealth and
it's 4v4 tactical first person.
Yeah, so look into that more because if that's something you want to get the VR for, maybe I'll get it.
You can play with the DualShock or the aim controller.
So I might have to get an aim controller for that game.
Did you download the Justice League thing? I didn't download that.
Oh,
I didn't.
$10. Don't buy it. It's really bad, supposedly.
Oh, I'm not paying
experience is $10.
$10.
Goes
free. Really bad.
Lame. All right, and that's it for the news this week. For the drop, I mean.
Do we have any more questions for the week?
I don't think so. Unless you pulled some that I didn't pull.
No, I put them on top, so we're good.
If you did have any questions that we didn't mention this week, just let us know. We'll answer them next week. But now it is time to wrap the show up with game time. So I'm just using the games from last week that we didn't use. So this is the segment of the show where I mention I list 5 games, and Jeffrey and Miguel have to guess the Metacritic score for them, and whoever gets the most right wins. And so right now, Miguel is winning overall, I think 4-1 or 4-1. 2, 3, 3-1. All right, first game. So this is going to go to who does it go to first? Does it go to the winner of the last week?
I guess me then, because I'm the only one winning here.
Okay, so first game, Ape Escape for PlayStation 1.
Ape Escape?
First game to ever use the dual analog sticks that I ever played. I don't know if it was the first game, period.
Oh, was it the
I
dual
remember-
sticks or dual shock? I think dual sticks.
The
I think
analog sticks. The analog sticks.
I remember playing this game a lot. I don't remember if it did well or not. But fuck it. I'm just going to say 89, 85, 80. Yeah, 89.
Everyone knows Ape Escape was not well received, but it was slightly well received, and that's why it's a 79.
It is 90, so point Miguel.
Wow.
What?
Really?
You got to remember when this game came out in like.
Oh,
the
time out. I bet
90s.
there's like 2 reviews, and it's like Edge EGM or some shit.
Hey, I'm going by Metacritic. So what do you want? Next game, God of War 2 for the PlayStation 2.
That's
Yeah, this is 90. Yeah, 92. 92. God of War 2.
God of War 2.
I don't know. Maybe it
This
was more. Maybe it was more actually. That'd be crazy.
This is I think I played this game first
Oh yeah, nice.
and then I jumped into the first one. I'm going to say 90 cuz I remember it being like really high.
93. Jeffrey's got a point on the board for once.
I actually played the 3 demo first, then bought collection. Played 1 and 2, then 3.
Oh yeah, because you're a OG PlayStation guy that jumped in with PS3.
Hold on. I always Nintendo. I always say Nintendo.
Next game, Star Wars Battlefront 2 for PlayStation 2.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
I was gonna be like, fuck, I wasn't keeping up with where the Metacritic is now.
Oh my god, yeah, it's probably a nightmare over there.
The PS2 version, Miguel shares the PS2 version. Interesting.
Oh, dude, I have no clue. I'm
The
going to say 75.
I mean, revisionist history, people say it's like the best game ever, so I'm gonna go with that and say 85.
Wow, 84. Jeffrey with 2 points on the board. Miguel's
yeah.
sweating over there.
Let's go 2-1.
Not really.
Twisted Metal Head On for
Head On. The
PlayStation
PS
Portable.
The PSP one. Miguel just went. My turn.
Some great early PSP games, man.
A PSP title. 84.
I'm going to say 80.
79 point Miguel. The
Fucking
first game
said it
time
great.
that comes down to the last question. And it's going to be one of my favorite games of this console generation.
Okay.
Grand Theft Auto Vice City,
On PS2.
PlayStation 2. Tommy Vercetti.
No re-releases.
Yes.
You better have my money, Tommy.
I go? I just went.
Now I go, I think. I would like to say 100 because the game that I played, it was fucking amazing, but it's not. So I'm going to give it a 95.
Shit, I fucking hate you. Because I was actually just
I
looking.
know it's really high, but I don't
I
know.
was just
I'm sure it's not
how many
100.
games are above like 96 or something, or how many games are on 97.
If you go up one, I think you're gonna get it.
No, but it could be 94. It could have been like San Andreas that was high up there.
I
Shit.
put it right in the middle. So it's
Yeah,
up
no,
to you.
that's a solid placement because up or down I could get fucked. Vice City. You're saying 95?
Yeah.
95.
It's 95.
Oh, really?
I'm just going to save you the pain.
Oh, that's so bullshit. Okay,
It's 95.
no, then I have no chance.
So that's the thing. It's like, can you vote the same
Yeah, I think
amount
we
to
should
try
be
and-
able to. Yeah.
to try and kind of extend it? But then I have to have bonus ones. So Miguel takes this one again.
Oh, so that would be the benefit of going first. That you
Yep.
can nail it, but also there's a downside. Okay, fine. I like that system. That
I was gonna give it like a 98, but I'm like, I think that's too high, and I'm like, I don't remember exactly what I had, so I'm like, let me go between 90 and 100.
that's cool. That's a cool new game mechanic.
A new game mechanic that's been there for 5 weeks.
Okay, no, because I was always thinking, I'm like, if you go first, then you fucking like suck because I could just go up or down. But then if you hit it, then you get it.
That's how I won last time.
That's why I was like, do I tell him? Do I let it drag out? So
It's like the first couple weeks that we're doing it was like, you.
But we're not allowing saying the same number.
No, we're not.
So okay, so first definitely. Okay, cool.
Yeah, because we could just go with the same number and then
Exactly. Yeah.
there's no point. Yeah.
All right, word.
All right. So Miguel wins again. This has been PS Best Friends Podcast. For any questions, comments, and concerns, email us at psbestfriendspod or follow us on Twitter at PSBF Podcast. You can also join in on the conversation and give us questions for the episode at our Facebook group, which is facebook.com/groups/psbestfriends. We're sorry that the link is so long and annoying. And Miguel, where can you find it?
I remember said a week or two ago, are we going to talk about our top 10 games? Those are coming. Our top games of the year are coming. We just want more time.
Gamefly took forever to send me Assassin's Creed Origins.
Assassin's Creed in the end?
They shipped it, so I'll have it by like Tuesday, or maybe Wednesday. So I want to play that because that's a game I want.
We'll get our personal game of the year.
We'll do it probably the last week of December or the first week of January.
Yeah.
And Miguel, where can people find you?
People can find me at PlayStation Network, at Dark Angel 10, and at Twitter, Angel Alvarez 10.
And Jeffrey?
You can find me Brawl96 on PSN, Mr. Brawl96 on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. I actually just had a final project for school in single camera production course and uploaded it to my Brawl96 channel if you want to watch that piece of shit.
Yeah, go check it
out. It's actually great. It's actually funny. It's just like,
go give Jeffrey some upvotes.
It's very student.
He needs it for his morale.
It's funny. If you can figure out the plot to this student film, you
saw it.
Now, you did say you did this like mostly on your own, right? Like you had other people in your group, but that most of them.
I edited. No. They help. I edited it mostly on my. I edited it pretty much. They help though.
All right. So he's just trying not to throw him under the bus, even though they probably don't listen to this podcast anyways. And you can find me on PSN, the only X188, and on Twitter at Anthony Palm. Again, please, if you don't mind, just go giving us a 5-star review on your podcast app of choice. And if you can go subscribe to us on YouTube, give us some more subscriptions so that we can get closer inch by inch to that custom URL. Thanks again for listening in. This has been PS Best Friends, episode 31, and we will catch you next week.
Peace.